Okay.
Thanks, Josh.
Sounds good.
Josh.
Zach?
Thanks, Josh. A question related to the Affordable Care Act, which you mentioned earlier. First of all, the reduction in health spending you mentioned earlier, is it the White House's position that that's the result of the Affordable Care Act or the administration's policies? And then a second question is, the administration requested more funding for ACA implementation. The CR didn't get it, of course. Are you concerned that the program is underfunded and it's going to make it difficult to roll out in full form in about 7 months?
Well, in terms of the impact that the Affordable Care Act has had on healthcare costs, I think I'd actually refer you to the Congressional Budget Office, that they've actually noted that based on their nonpartisan independent analysis, that once the Affordable Care Act takes effect, it will increase competition, drive down costs, and result in average premiums being lower than they are today for the exact same benefits. So I think that is a pretty clear assessment from a nonpartisan group, as opposed to a study that was funded by the health insurance industry. But a pretty clear assessment from a nonpartisan group about what impact the Affordable Care Act is going to have on the budgets of families all across the country.
But just to clarify, the slowdown you cited earlier from the White House Post, is that the result of the Affordable Care Act?
I guess I'm not quite sure what you're referring
I think
to.
earlier you said there had been a slowdown in health spending from 2009 to 2011 in response to Brianna's question.
Oh, yes.
And I was wondering, are you saying that's the result of the administration's policies, or is that a separate issue?
Well, this was an analysis that was conducted by the CEA, so we can maybe get you some more details on that analysis if you'd like. But I do think that it is probably not a coincidence that after the Affordable Care Act was passed, that we've seen growth rates slow to the lowest levels on record.
And the second question was,
Yes.
ACA underfunded, and is that going to make more difficult the implementation of the program?
I do not. I have not been told. I do not anticipate at all any delay in the successful implementation of the Affordable Care Act. You know, there are some deadlines coming up later this year, and the expectation is that we'll have these marketplaces set up and ready to roll and begin covering people by January 1st. So there are some important deadlines to be met, and I have no reason to believe that those deadlines won't be met.
Just a follow-up.